bossy when you're ready.
Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading. I'm going to dive into a message for the Divine Feminines, and it's going to talk a little bit about how your Divine Masculines are seeing you at this time, just how it is they're feeling towards the connection, because the message I'm getting is like, you're a very intentional woman, okay? When you love a man, you know how to give them everything, and I keep hearing that J. Cole song, they don't smile, oh, smile like you, no, they don't make me laugh. Or even cook like you. They don't photograph. No, they don't sex like you. Let's face it, I can't replace it. Okay, so someone's really got you heavy on their mind, and I feel like it has a lot to do with intention. Like, you really know this Divine Masculine to a T, okay? And it just comes naturally, you know? I feel like for many of you Divine Feminines, like, you know, you yourself ask yourself and the universe at times, like, I don't know why this is my person. I don't know why I'm drawn to this person. It's the same way a lot of your Divine Masculines can't explain it either. You know, they don't know why they're drawn to you. It just is what it is. You guys are just magnetized to one another. So that's the energy I'm getting, okay? They see you as very intentional. It's like, you know how to love them without like needing to put effort into it. It's in the little things, it's in the little gestures, it's in the small romantic gestures. And I feel like for a lot of you, you don't even try to be romantic. It's just like, these are qualities that have been given to you as gifts. And not only does it drive your Divine Masculine wild, I feel like everyone that comes into your path is blessed with this very nurturing and warm energy. It's just, you know, the thing about a man and a woman connecting is that, you know, I feel like they see you in such a beautiful way, you know, and so do many people in your surroundings. Yet they're the only ones who get to cross that line, that special line, okay? You guys know what I mean. They're the one person, the only person that gets to cross that special line, okay? So they're feeling a lot of big energy, and they love the way that you are intentional, okay? It has a lot to do with the way that you give love, especially towards them, because they get to experience a special kind of love fueled with desire and passion, and they get to see glimpses of you that nobody else on earth gets to see. So I feel like a lot of your Divine Masculines are just sitting there feeling like, damn, like I get to be on the receiving end of you having like passionate intentions. Like, I feel like for a lot of you Divine Feminines, like, this is something that they sit down and they're like dumbfounded for a moment or a minute. They're just astounded at the fact that they get to see that side of you, and whatever you do it so well, is what I'm hearing. Okay, on point, on target. You are the angel that I feel struck their heart. Okay, and you, like, you're theirs and they're yours. Like, you have them wrapped around your finger. I know I've channeled that message many times, and it keeps coming up in a lot of the readings. Check out the song Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter if you missed any of those readings where I touched upon that song. But, you know, this is what I mean by intentional. Like, you hit the target. Okay, purity of purpose. Okay, it boils down to a number 4 as well, with the number 31. And 31 is stability, okay? So intentional and stability has a lot to do with like holding their heart very steadily in place. And they don't want that to go anywhere. I mean, you are, I feel like you could be like a Jane of all trades. You know, I know they like to say the master of none, you know, jack of all trades and master of none, but I don't really feel like you care to be the expert at anything. It's just, that's the reason you're an expert at everything. You know a little bit of everything. And, you know, somebody loves the way that, you know, you've got them. That's like I can't explain it. It's like they love your energy of being able to conquer something. Like to see something and to take it and to say, that's mine. And I mean it. Okay? That's what I'm getting with this whole intentional thing. Like, you really do have their heart, and they want you to know that, you know, a lot of this is rooted in like the purity of purpose, like the purity of your connection. That's what I'm saying. A lot of you don't have to try very hard to love on them in the right ways, okay? Somebody is really, really appreciating that, or, you know, they no longer want to take that for granted. Okay, but you are indeed very, very intentional with the way that you love them, and they're appreciating that. They don't want it to get away. And I feel like maybe your commitment with this person is ascending. We'll definitely get some romance cards on it, but let's get to some of these sensual messages, okay? What do they appreciate in terms of being able to see certain sides of you that nobody else can see? Oh, that wasn't supposed to be in here. Guys, I swear, I promise, it's the twin flame card. Okay, I'll just set it aside. What sides of you do they get to see? Okay, so we have the strength card. So I feel like this has a lot to do with your patience. That's the message I'm getting with strength. Is I feel like your patience with them and your patience with the journey. And also too, I don't mean to come off sensual here, but I'm also getting like endurance. Okay, somebody loves the way that you may have endurance and the way that you may be able to tame them behind closed doors. Okay, that is why you're so intentional with everything that you do. I feel like you know them, like even in a sensual way. You know how to take them down or maybe calm them down, or I'm even getting satisfying, and it could be really difficult to satisfy this divine masculine. Like, okay, for a lot of you who may be older as well, this is going to sound very strange, but like for a lot of you who have been on this journey for quite some time, you may not know, but like many of your masculines, they may feel like they're getting to that point in their age where like they may struggle, you know, you guys know where I'm going with this, all right? And the interesting thing about this is that with you, they don't. Like, they literally may have gone to, like, seek assistance or get help with this, or, they may have been, given counseling around this, or they've tried everything. It's just they may feel like that's just something that they struggle with. And then all of a sudden, they meet you and they realize that, like, I'm seeing that everything is linked. Okay? I don't know why this is coming out. I'm just the messenger, guys, and I feel like it's just a message for those of you who are older. Okay? You're not shaming all the game, Here now. All they doing all the thing, right? I ain't shaming nobody. Okay, Tanti. Do your thing, Tanti. But, okay, on a serious note, this message needs to come through for some of you who might just be older listening to this. That's why you're intentional, and I feel like you know this. You know that they may struggle with this, but the thing is, whoever you are, divine feminine, the reason you're intentional with the way that you love a man is because you damn well know in order for them to, it needs to be connected, body, mind, and soul. Okay, I feel like there was somebody who doesn't quite get this. There was somebody who's just like, I'm naked. Like, is that not enough? Like, I'm laying here. Is that not enough? It's like, no, girl, bite up the man neck and the ear something now. Guys, do not make me get on bad for this reading, okay? Let's just try to keep it cool. On a serious note, okay? And those of you who, you're like, my masculine don't have that problem, girl, but please, go on. For some of you, I feel like they don't have this issue when it comes to you. Look at what's at the top of the deck here. I'm going to slide it over, okay? I'm going to slide it over and I'm going to leave the card there for a minute. They don't have this problem with you, miraculously. I'm getting to say that word to you guys, miraculously. They don't have this problem with you. And you know what? I'm not even going to say that this message excludes some of you that may be younger. I feel like for some of your masculines, like they may be like young, like just well endowed, like they should be, like some stallions. They should still be, they should still be, in that race. You know what I'm saying? And they may even be young and have like issues with it. And they're like, they don't know what it is. It could be like, the overuse of PORN. It could be like just unrealistic expectations. I feel like whoever you are, divine feminine, you surpass all of that shit. You're like, listen to me. You turn that computer off, buddy. Like, let me show you some real things. Let me show you what's going on in the real world. Okay? No need to close your eyes. Let me keep the light on. But that's just what you are. Like, you have this way about you where you know how to make them come alive, okay? And it doesn't matter, like I'm even getting that for some of you. Oh my goodness, age might not even be a thing here. Some of your divine masculines might be young. They might be in marriages where it's like they still should be going at this, but they're struggling. And the reason they're struggling, guys, is because of this here. Okay, I'm going to show you the card. He's playing the harp. I feel like the harp signifies like the harmony, okay, the music. Sometimes you need that little, right? You need that foreplay. Somebody doesn't know about foreplay, or somebody doesn't think that foreplay is important. Or I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, look at her in the background there. Okay. I feel like something is fizzled out, or somebody just, they feel like whatever, like we've been married for, I'm just going to say it like from this person's perspective. Like she feels like, oh God, like we've been married for so long. Like what more do you want? You know what I mean? Like I have a headache, or I'm too tired, or it's like somebody doesn't understand that intimacy is really important to this divine masculine, and you bring out a very animalistic side of them to the point where they don't need no medication, they don't need no kind of therapy, they don't need to walk themselves through anything, they don't need any kind of ridiculous, self-talk, all of that stuff. It's like the moment they lay eyes on you, it has everything to do with like intentions. You intentionally know how to turn on their senses, from like the compliments to the eye contact to the flirting to the resina bite on the man. Oh gosh, you just know. Look at this, the strength card. Okay, everything about you, like just making them relax, having them kick up their feet, like touching and feeling, and the affection. And then when it comes to like the final act, it's like I'm hearing that like you surrender to the point of just, look at this exchange, right? You surrender, they surrender, and you guys just allow yourselves to breathe. And I feel like, it's definitely affecting something here in the background, but he can't help but feel that harmony when it comes to you, because you're just on point, you're on target. You know what I mean? You're on target when it comes to loving on them. You just, you know how to do your thing, chicken wing. What can I say, divine feminine? You know how to do your thing. You know your way around a man. Plain and simple. It's the only way that I can put it. Okay? At the top we have Temperance. Okay, so this is balance. This is you having that stamina over here because you know how to take care of yourself and pour into yourself. So just overall, you're just a very intentional woman with the way that you live, with the way that you do your thing. Okay, it could be the way that you take care of yourself, your home, your finances. Like you damn better well be sure that when it comes to doing your thing in the bedroom, that you take care of that business too. Okay, and somebody can't get enough of this. I'm telling you guys, that whole big spiel around somebody not being able to, but then when it comes to you, all of a sudden it's this miraculous feeling of connecting to their body in a way that they just haven't in a while. And I'm also hearing too, a side note here, like this is a divine masculine that, like, look at this with the King of Wands, like they need to be touched. And you touch them in every single way. They love affection and they can't get enough of it. And I feel like whoever they're with kind of makes them feel bad about that, or makes them feel dirty for it, or makes them feel like, oh, like not again, or like I'm so exhausted. But with you, it's like they find that peace, they find that passion. You might be like the Energizer Bunny too, divine feminine, with this strength card here. You're able to just go and go and go and go and go because you can be intentional with that loving. A lot of your divine masculines too might find that like, damn, it's hard to even keep up with you, right? They might have gone from a situation where it's like they could barely even get touched to all of a sudden needing to tell you to like, whoa, cool it. Slow down. You make somebody come alive in a way that they have not in a really long time. Look at that, more strength. Okay, they cannot get enough of just who it is you are. And I feel like with the energy of the 5 here as well, this may be bringing up a lot of conflict in their world, but it's like, look at him, he's lost. He doesn't even care, because the thing is like, without that passion, somebody just, they go into a state of feeling like a flat tire, like there's no zeal, there's no motivation, and that's the thing that like this about a man, Divine Feminine. You know how to soothe their senses, you know how to make them energized so that they can keep going and going and going. When you take that for granted, or when you treat a man like a workhorse, it's like the worst thing you could possibly do. And I feel like somebody's guilty of doing this, whoever this woman is in the background, guilty of doing this, but it's a little too late here, because he's already feeling this passion with somebody who knows everything about him inside out. And whoever this reading is for, there's no judgment here, guys. If this is your situation, the third party thing, like whatever the case is, like I say, with a lot of these whole twin flame experiences and journeys, we don't ask for it, right? Like, many of us don't ask for our lives to be friggin' snowballed by a lot of this passion and affection and this kind of just total shift in our energy. But I mean, it teaches us some very valuable lessons. And if you can have integrity and grace about it, then I mean, ideally, I think that this is, a gift to the Divine Masculine, is to really be loved and poured into in a way that they never have been before. And many of you Divine Feminines, I mean, they light you on fire in the exact same way. It's not one-sided here. I mean, believe me, they are on target too when it comes to, fulfilling a lot of your desires. That's why many of you Divine Feminines will catch yourselves in positions where you don't need anything from him. You would never in your wildest dreams treat this man like a workhorse, because you got your shit going. That's what the Strength card is all about. That's what being on target is all about. That's what having this Temperance is all about. You pour into yourself. You're already there. You already have your shit together. You don't need to treat him like some kind of meal ticket, right? You appreciate everything about him. You know everything about him. You know exactly which buttons to press, which buttons not to press. This is a man who has been underappreciated, and that's exactly why you two have gone boop, right into each other's lives. And I feel like this card did come out in one of the previous readings I did, either yesterday, or that's probably why this is in here. But, it's not an accident. I feel like that epiphany for many of you, it's going to kind of keep hitting you through the heart like Cupid's arrow. You guys are not going to continue this journey, just going along on your own path. It's going to be like constant reminders of one another. You're going to be shot in the heart over and over and over again. And I feel like for a lot of your Divine Masculines, like, once they've felt your love, like your intentions, and I'm telling you guys, it's in the very tiny things, the little things, and appreciation has a lot to do with it, okay? Once they feel that, it's like this slow unraveling of the karmic situations, okay? Can't help it. It's, ow, gosh, that's so annoying. But yeah, like, it is what it is, and it's the slow unraveling, and it's like you can't help it, because at this point, I feel like this card represents that a lot of the karmic situations are coming to find out about this, because a lot of your masculine's energy is shifting, like they find themselves shifting, feeling distracted, just focused elsewhere. I mean, why wouldn't they be? They're alive. They've been unplugged, right? A lot of these karmics too have been used to them operating in this unplugged autopilot energy. But now the man plug in. Now we feel electrified. And somebody notices, right? Somebody's like, what the hell are you doing in there for so long? Right? This could be literal fantasy, right? There could be nobody laying on the bed here, but she's like, what the hell are you doing with that big ass harp in here? And there ain't nobody on the bed. But in his mind, look at all those candles lit. Right? That's all that unity. She's like, you told me. I had that Netflix show on pause for like 20 minutes now. Where the hell have you been? He's like, playing the harp, dear. Oh my God, guys, stop. Okay. Let me not go crazy before I get a cough attack. Because you guys know how it is when you're recovering from, like, being congested, and then when you start laughing, it's like, oh gosh, cough attack triggered. Anyways, guys, if you would like to do a personal session with me, I would love to do one with you, okay? Hit me up on Hipsy. You guys can literally pick up the phone and call me and chat and talk. You could do a personal reading with me as well. My services are available on Wizio.com. All of the links are always in my bio. Check them out. And if you guys do enjoy the Tarot of Sexual Magic, be sure to check out the membership section. I do have some juicy samples there for you guys to look at. And if you guys are interested, then check out the extended ones as well, okay? All 18 plus. All right, take it easy, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.